Let me take you to Rio, Rio. Fly over the ocean like an eagle, and we can chillin' like a...
It's my buddy Jasper, and today I'm actually really excited to share with you guys my riding pet peeves. They bother the heck out of me, and I really need to get them out. So if you don't want to hear them, just X out now. Your view will still count. Anyways, so these are just my riding pet peeves that bother the heck out of me, and I kind of need to express and get out to y'all. So I guess let's begin. Okay, my first riding pet peeve is riding with beginners. They're nice and all, but they just can't steer their horse, and it's kind of a dangerous situation. Like, I ride with at 10 o'clock in the mornings on Saturdays and 5 o'clock Wednesdays, and then I go out on my own Sundays. So I ride 3 times a week, but a third of my riding time is on Saturdays occasionally when a new beginner, like their first time ever riding a horse or ever at this stable, is in my class, and it's really annoying. And so I don't know, it's just not something I like. They're really nice and I love beginners, but just not riding with them. People who do not call their directions when they're going in an arena. So like if this is your arena and you're going this way and the person is like coming on your outside but they don't call that's retarded. Especially if they're coming onto you, that can be like a head-on collision, which sucks. I mean, both tail end and head-on suck. But seriously, who's dumb enough to not call their directions? Unless you have like a bunch of room in between and you know the other horse isn't going to swerve. People who just blatantly ignore trainers. This bothers me so much because the trainer has more experience than you. Why don't you just listen to them? I'm like, that is dumb. It's really dumb. Hi, kitty kitty. Okay, the next one is people who brag. Can you not? Like, it makes people feel awful if you just, like, come and talk about all the things that you have that they don't have. It's like, oh, yeah, I got a new saddle pad, and you didn't get one, but, yeah, I got one. It was, like, $80. I know it's so expensive, but aren't you glad my parents have that kind of money to spend on that? That's awesome. God, don't you have that? Like, pisses me off. Like, I don't need to hear about that. What goes hand in hand with this is people who ride at two barns and then complain about it because they don't like it, but then just to make them feel better or make other people feel worse, they'll go and brag about it, which pisses me off. Because, no. Like, I'm going to be one. Okay. Yeah, I get to ride at 2 barns, but it really sucks. Like, I don't want to have to move my tack trunk from there all the time and my saddle. It's so annoying. And then they'll turn right back around to my other friend or something, and we'll say like, oh my god, my chair just like deflated. Sorry about that. They'll go right back to another person and say, I get to ride at 2 barns. Why don't you? I mean, you're obviously not getting enough at this barn. And I'm like, if this person is happy here, then they're happy here. If you feel like they're not happy, you could say like, hey, I've noticed you aren't, very happy here. I have a barn suggestion if you'd like to try it out and maybe see if that, is like a better option for you. But really? Who does that? I know people who do that. Not getting after your horse if he or she misbehaves. People who just let their horse run around and do anything. It is a safety issue. I don't mean like whip the hell out of your horse, but I mean shut your horse down. I mean take a hold of your reins, stop them, and say, not okay. And you go and you try it again the correct way, which goes also hand in hand with listening to your trainer. Because they probably have the right experience and they know what to do. People who do not know their stuff and it's like, which brush comes after the curry comb? I'm like, You could read any horse book. I mean, you could probably read just about horses from Breyer and learn which brush comes after the curry comb. I mean, you probably couldn't, but because it's about model horses. But, I mean, do I have a horse magazine around here? Yes, I do. Right here. I have Modern Arabian Horse. You could read this and learn some of the stuff you need to know to be around horses. It helps. Or just any basic horse book. Like I have a pocket, like, horse dictionary about all the terms you need to know and stuff like that. That's great to bring in your stable bag, tuck in your helmet, and take it out before you ride. Like, something like that. Okay. People who don't clean their tack, I'm not even going to go into depth with this. Clean your tack. It's expensive. Make it be something you are proud of. Not grooming the back of your horse is also so annoying. Like, here's your horse's body. This is like apple cinnamon air freshener. But this is your horse's like neck and stuff. And this is their back. And here's their hindquarters and their shoulders and like their withers. If you don't clean their back, that's going to be freaking annoying. And I mean, you can just see all the dust that's piled up there. And it gets rubbed under the saddle and it's nasty. People who let their horse drag you around, pretty much the same thing as people who let their horse do whatever they want and never get after them. If your horse is dragging you around, stop them. Don't, like, abuse them, but they're a strong animal. I mean, you have to tell them firmly that's not okay. I mean, I believe in telling your horse what they need to be doing, but also being, like, a good owner or rider, and just being a good equestrian overall to your horse. Ignoring your horse when you walk by their stall is so dumb. Like, who just walks by the stall? Whee! And your horse is like right here, and you just don't even say hello to them. Bothers me every time I pass by my horse, whether it's the first time I've seen him that week, whether it's the first time I've seen him that day, first time in that hour. Every single time I pass by my stall, I say hello to my horse. They do so much for you. They're like your best friend. Why can't you just say hello to your horse? End of conversation. People who take up all the space in the tack room also bother the heck out of me, because that is like a community space, and if you were taking up all the room in this tack room, I don't really know what your problem is. That's how I'm going to put it. Because it's not yours. No, it's a public area. I don't even know what number of peeve this is, but people who are not committed to riding, and they're just like, oh, I ride horses, but they come out once a week, which I used to do too. Like, coming out once a week is fine. Like, yes, maybe you can't afford 2 lessons. I'm not judging you for that. But you come out, you brush your horse, ride, and leave. No. You love on your horse. Then you groom them. You take time to maybe give them a treat, do some tricks or something like smile, something like that. Then you tack them up, you go and lunge them if they need it, you give them a big pat and talk to them before you ride. I don't know, I talk to my horse. And then you'll go back in, you'll shower them off with cold or hot water depending on the season. You know, be involved with your horse if you have that time. Even if it isn't your horse, I think it's good to be committed and pretty much just show your love for your horse. Oh my goodness. Okay, last one. Wow, I did this in like 10 minutes. Okay, people who are not in it for the horse and just want the ribbons. Okay, let's see. I think I have 8 ribbons after 2 shows. So I haven't been showing that long, actually, just since the middle of this year. But people who just want ribbons bothers me. They come out of the class like, oh, I should have won that. I need another ribbon to make my rainbow complete. And I'm like, how about you complete your rainbow with knowledge of what it takes to be an equestrian and love a horse, and your knowledge and experience, like the class was a learning experience. Yeah. So it just bothers me because I don't think you should be in it for the ribbons, and if you are, you need to get a little brain check, and then maybe in a couple months you can go back to being a rider. But it bothers me so much. So yeah, that's pretty much all my riding pet peeves. I'm sure I have more, but that's just some of the main ones. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say except for that. And I am also not saying that I am perfect. These are just things that me personally, at this point in time, get on my nerves. I am not perfect. It's just the way I see things, and that doesn't mean you have to see them that way. So I hope you guys continue to love your horse. Please subscribe. And yeah, the episode 4 for I just forgot its name. Oh my god. But for my most recent series, episode 4 should be out soon. I think it'll be out in November, like the 10th or something. Me and Chief, my love, she's coming down for my birthday, which is November 8th, and I'm going to the Dover opening in my city November 6th. So, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th you'll have like 6 days worth of videos to watch. So I hope you guys enjoy. Keep loving your horse. Comment, subscribe, like. Love you guys. Bye.